What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of Black Iron's battles. Today we've got a Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires 1 vs 1 quick battle for you, and I'm lined up against my buddy Crimson Blood. And so this is we've got the Turin's Discord channel, and we're always getting games going with all the different guys around there. So if you guys are ever trying to get in some games, you should hop on and see if anyone's trying to play. So Crimson Blood here, fighting up against me. He's using the Lizardmen, and I have taken a Chaos Army. And so first off, you'll go ahead and look down here, and we'll see that I have taken Archaon the Neverchosen. So you rarely see Archaon taken, so I've been trying to kind of experiment with different lords and stuff. Just play around with different guys before the new patch comes out. So we do have our armor 120, and he's got a silver shield. So Archaon is definitely really strong if you keep him on foot. He does have frenzy. And I have brought piercing bolts of burning, and I've also brought the flaming sword of ruin. So with Kindle Flame, I feel like that gives a little bit extra bonus to the flaming sword and the piercing bolts, so that helps out. So besides that, we've got some chosen there with great weapons, those elite great weapon infantry. We've also got some chaos poison warhounds in the back. And you see in the front line, we've got chaos warriors here with a bunch of chevrons in them. You see they've actually got silver chevrons in most of them. And we do have some Chaos Marauders there mixed in just to give me a few extra units to kind of soak up some damage. Over here on the right, we've got Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes. And here on the flanks, we do have Chaos Warriors with Halberds, which are those anti-large, they're those anti-large Chaos Warriors who have got their armor piercing. They're ready to take down any large Dino unit they can get a hold of. Here in the air, we do have a Chaos Feral Manicore, and although you'll see when we take a look at what my opponent has lined up against me, you'll see that he definitely brought a different Lizardmen army than we're used to. So I really don't have a place for that Manicore. He really did bring like a great build. So if you look here on the flank, he does have these two groups of Chameleon Skinks, and you'll see that besides the fact that they do have poison on their melee attack and their missile damage, they do have 29 melee defense. So those guys are actually not too bad in a fight. Here for his main line, he's got two groups of Skink Cohort in the end, and then right here in the front, he's got 4 groups of Temple Guards. I mean, those are just so big, so beefy. They've got armor piercing. I mean, look at those ranks of Temple Guard here. That is just row after row. I've never seen that many Temple Guard. And then here in the back, he does have 2 Saurus Scar Veterans on top of Carnosaurs, and then he does have the Orange Sherbert Slann himself. Look at that lore of high magic. I mean, he is just, and look, he has got some nasty spells. He's got Shield of the Old Ones, he's got Arcane Unforging, he's got Tempest, he's got Apotheosis. I mean, he's got all sorts of stuff ready for action. So this is just way different of an army than I'm used to. If you look here, he actually has 768 troops to my 679, and so we'll just go ahead and get this battle started. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and zoom in here a little bit, and you'll see that we both just start moving up to engage. And I'm really trying to get these Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes on top of these Chameleon Skinks. But if you look, the Chameleon Skinks speed is 48, and even though the Marauder Horseman speed is 69, even when they're poisoned, they should be a lot faster. Look at just the sheer amount of damage. Look at that. I mean, they're already down to almost half health, and these Chameleon Skinks really haven't taken much damage. Now that we are going to charge into the back there, we are going to do some good damage to these Chameleon Skinks, but look at how quickly we were able to take hits on those Marauder Horsemen. While you see them fighting over here on the right, you do see that my Chaos Feral Manicore is caught by Tempest, but it didn't do that much damage, so it really wasn't able to do as much as he had hoped, since the Chameleon Skinks were over here off fighting on their own. But you see, I mean, look at this. This is just such a big frontline army. The Chameleon Skinks over here have already routed off one group of my Marauder Horsemen. My second group is in here fighting. But those Marauder Horsemen, they really don't have very good melee stats compared to those Chameleon Skinks. So, what they're getting peppered by the other group there, they're in for some definite trouble. You'll see this Slann Mage Piece. You see all the units are engaging here, and I actually have got my Chaos Poison Warhounds in there, try to poison those Temple Guards, and I am going to start dropping some piercing bolts of burning down on top of the heads of my enemies here if we can get a few shots off. But here in the back, you'll see if we zoom in here, that is 2 Carnosaurs and a Slann, an Orange Sherbert Slann fighting off against that Chaos Feral Manicore. It is Rampage, and just after like 3 hits, it's already dead. So you see that unit died almost immediately. It might as well have not been on the field, and that was 1,000 gold just wasted. Over there on the flank, you'll see that the Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes have actually done a little bit of damage to the Chameleon Skinks, but these groups are routed off, and they were actually not able to hold for very long. Over here on the left, you'll see that there's a banishment going off, but it's just generally missed most of the units, and a lot of these Skink cohort and a good number of Temple Guards have actually taken some good hits. If you look here, you'll see that Archaon the Neverchosen is getting smacked on by these Sword of Scar veterans, but with all of his armor that he's got, and plus all his melee defense, he's got 60 melee defense, so he is definitely hard to kill, and he's not really doing too badly. These Chosen with great weapons are in here too, swinging along, and we've got the Chaos Warriors with Halberds, and we've got all of this surrounded, but they are not taking enough damage. So I really wish that I had brought the Lore of Metal. That I think would have really helped me out, and instead of I definitely am having a hard time getting through their armor. Here in the back, you'll see we are going to get these Marauder Horsemen throwing axes into this group of Chameleon Skinks, and they will do some damage, but I mean, my main goal is just kind of trying to keep them away while I can kill all of these frontline units. See, a lot of the Temple Guards have went down, but at the same time, Apotheosis is really keeping them in the battle. Here in the back, Archaon is still fighting. If we look here, he's still fighting against those Carnosaurs, and I think that Crimson actually pulled away his Saurus Scar Veteran just because it really wasn't doing that much. Over here on the right, you'll see the Chaos Warriors with Halberds have kind of grouped up a bunch of these Skink cohort, and you see there's a piercing bolts of burning dropping down. It's killing a bunch of Temple Guards, killing a good number of Skink cohort, but it is not doing enough. I mean, right here, the battle is so even at this point. I mean, it's 400 to 340. I mean, the Skink cohort are almost out of ammo, so that is going to help me out. And here in the main battle, I'm actually pretty much taking out most of the Temple Guards. So I'm feeling pretty good about myself at this point. I've got my units kind of all grouped up here. We're fighting one group of Temple Guards. We've got Archaon right here. We've got Standard Die. I'm buff my leadership. And it is just neck and neck. If you see here, these Saurus Scar veterans, actually, they've got Deadly Onslaught activated. They're charging in and out. They haven't taken that much damage, but I am starting to get down on this Slann Mage Priest. Here in the back, the Chameleon Skinks are still firing, but they're firing at my Exalted Hero, which is kind of the best place for me that they could be fighting. The Shield of the Old Ones, though, is helping them out a little bit, and we're still just neck and neck. Look at all of these Temple Guards are almost gone. Here in the back, the Skink Priests are almost out of ammo, but we're really going to have a hard time taking down those heroes. At the same time, I do have a bunch of Chaos Warriors with Halberds right here, and so, I mean, they're anti-large bonuses put together with some of these Chosen with great weapons, and these upgraded, I mean, we're actually probably going to start getting through here. Here in the back, you'll see my Exalted Hero is it's kind of tied up, but the main problem is right here. Look at this banishment. You'll see here that there is a ton of units here. This banishment just ripped through them in the beginning, and it just routed off those Chaos Warriors with Halberds. It routed off another group of my Chaos Warriors. My Exalted Hero is over here. He was just broken by the Saurus Scar Veteran. The Orange Sherbert Slann is still alive. I don't know how he did it. I kept trying to send units to target him, but they kept pulling him off. And it is really down to just a few units remaining for me. You see here, these Chaos Warriors, I mean, they're still in here fighting, but there's still a good number of Skink cohort which are returning. We've still got a few of these Temple Guards which have Apotheosis on them again, and just this nasty amount of magic that came from this Lizardmen team. This was just not at all what I was expecting. So if we take a look here at the end, you'll see why Archaon the Neverchosen is fighting it out to the end. He is surrounded by bloody Lizardmen. There's a Carnosaur, two Carnosaurs come charging through. I am piercing bolts of burning on his head. Oh man. But that is pretty much it. That's all she wrote. That's the end of the battle. And I was not victorious here. This is one of Black Iron's blunders. I was trying my best. I really thought I had it there, but I think I really that mana core was a huge problem for me. So if you take a look at the post-game wrap-up, you'll see here that mana core is 0 kills. It was taken, I mean, I think it took like 3 hits from the Saurus Scar Veteran and the Slann Mage Priest. Besides that, you saw those Marauder Horsemen. They weren't really able to take out the Chameleon Skinks like I had hoped they were able to. And those were actually pretty expensive. They were really supposed to be there to take out dinos, but I wasn't even able to get them into the battle to use their armor piercing. So that was not what I had hoped for. The Chosen with great weapons, Chaos Warriors. I mean, these Chaos Warriors always, they always do pretty well. The group that got into the Skink cohort, of course, chopped them to bits. Archaon actually got 40 kills. But I mean, we just, we weren't really able to cut through just all of those elite units. We were able to kill the Temple Guards. Look how many kills his Temple Guards got. I mean, they were cutting through Chaos Warriors. They cut through Marauders. I mean, it was nasty. There was plenty of work for those armor piercing Temple Guards, and they really did a great job of holding the line. And just Crimson Blood's micro. I mean, the amount of apotheosis he used, the amount of spells, all the placement. I mean, there was a banishment that just got, I think it got like 50 kills for that Slann Mage Priest and broke my back. And overall, it was just such a great game, so close, right down to the wire. I want to thank my opponent, Crimson Blood, for such a great match. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. Please subscribe for more great online content. This is Black Iron, and this has been another one of Black Iron's Battles.